Sabrina, architect, motion designer and 3D artist from Algeria. In today's class, we are going to learn how to make this 3D animation in the Surreal dreamy style. Besides my work as an architect, I make experiments in 3D software. I create short animation loops and music videos. Through the process, you are going to find your own workflow to create a short animation video loop. You are going to learn different skills and techniques from creating a 3D composition using 3D software, creating an environment, adding textures and animated objects, creating a short animation clip, adding effects, rendering, color retouching, and more. At the end of this class, you will be able to create this 3D design animation loop and making your own animation video using the different techniques from this class. You will need Cinema 4D, Studio Max, or any other 3D software, Lumion Render, and Adobe Premiere Pro. This class is for the people who want to explore and expand their knowledge in Cinema 4D, Studio Max, Lumion Render, and Adobe Premiere Pro, who want to learn the basics of Lumion Render for digital artwork or for architecture. When you complete your project, make sure to upload it in the projects gallery. I'm very excited to see what you will be created, and let's get started. In this lesson, we are going to search for 3D models, and I'm going to show you from where I get them for free. We are going to search in a website called Sketchfab. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. It offers good quality 3D models for free, and you can find almost anything in it. Make sure to register if this is your first time using it. Let's type in the search bar, both. So this is the result. Let's see the models that are available for free. I will pick this one. The small arrow in the top left means it's available to download for free. You can choose any model you want. One click. So here it gives you 360-degree view of the model. Left click, hold and move your mouse to be able to navigate. Here we have a small description. Click Download 3D Model. Let's check available downloads. We are going to choose FBX. Almost every 3D software can read this format. Choose the placement where you want to save it. The next step is to open the file that contains the 3D model. Right-click on the zip file, extract files. Hit OK. Here we have the source folder and the textures folder. This is our object in FBX. And these are the textures. Let's open Cinema 4D. You can use any other 3D software. Go to the folder that contains the object, select it, hold and drag it on the viewport. Click OK. Let's remove the textures. And check if there is no deformations. Make sure it's exactly in the middle to match the axis in Lumion Render. You can use a box to check the proportions. When you finish, go to File, Export, FBX. Specify the placement and the name, then hit OK. Let's save our Cinema 4D file as well. Name it and specify the placement. We finished this lesson. See you in the next one with creating the croissant shape in 2 different ways. In this lesson, we are going to create the small croissant shape in 2 different ways. The first way, we are going to use Cinema 4D. Open Cinema 4D. Go to Camera, choose Top View. Let's start by drawing an arc. Go to Spline Pen, click and hold. Choose Spline Arc Tool. On the scene, click to define the first point, hold and drag, let go to define the second point. These points are going to be the 2 extremities of the arc. Place the mouse somewhere around the middle of the line, one click, hold and drag up, until we almost have a full circle. Click Escape to validate the shape. Go to Objects, select the arc that we just drew, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V to copy. Go back to the scene, click on top of one of the arcs and drag it down a little bit. Then hit Escape. Now we have the outside lines of the croissant. Next step, let's add a loft object to our Objects Manager. Select both splines, hold and drag them as child objects of the loft. Now the inside surface of the croissant is filled, but we can see the edges. The rounded shape is not perfect. To fix it, let's add a subdivision surface to the Objects Manager. Select the loft and make it a child object of the subsurface. Now we see our croissant looks perfect. In order to import it into Lumion Render, we need to export it as an FBX file. Go to File, Export, FBX. Now we have this panel. To make sure we are not going to get any deformation, go to Geometry, make sure the subdivision surface is unbaked. Then press OK. Specify the name and the location of the object and click Save. The second way, we are going to use 3D Studio Max. Open 3D Studio Max, select the top view, and hit Alt+W to maximize the viewport. We are going to start with the arcs. Go to the Shapes tab, choose Arc. Now we have this tab here. Change the steps to 36. This will help us get a smooth arc shape. Go to the scene, one click to define the first point. Hold and drag the mouse a little bit and click again to define the second point. These 2 points are going to be the 2 extremities of the croissant. Move the mouse up and click to validate the arc shape. Now we have our first arc. Before we draw the second arc, let's activate the Snaps toggle. Let's draw the second arc. Click on the first extremity of the first arc, hold and drag the mouse. When you reach the second extremity, click again. Move the mouse up and then click to validate the shape. Here is the shape of the croissant. In order to fill it and continue the process, we will pass through some steps. The first one is we are going to convert the arc's shape into spline. To do so, select one of the arcs, right-click on the mouse, convert to editable spline. Right-click again, attach, and select the first arc. Now both arcs are converted into spline. Next step, go to Selection tab, select Vertex, then press Ctrl A. Now all the points are selected, go to Geometry tab, and press Weld. This step will transform the 2 points of each extremity into one. Next step, go to Modifier list, make sure the editable spline is selected. In the list, choose Editable Poly. Now if we go out from the top view into the perspective view by pressing P in the keyboard, we can see that the inside surface of the croissant is filled. Change the color to white. Now our shape is complete. Last, let's export it as an FBX file. Go to File, Export, Export selected. Specify the location and the name of the file. Hit Save. This is all for this lesson. See you in the next one with creating the environment in Lumion Render. In this lesson, we are going to create the environment in Lumion Render, then import our 3D model. Open Lumion Render. We are going to start a new project. Click New. Let's pick a landscape. I'm going to choose the first one. It's very simple, just the sky and the ground. Use the roller of your mouse to navigate forward and backward. Right-click on your mouse and hold to rotate left and right. Same thing to rotate up and down. First thing we are going to do is change the type of the landscape. Click on Landscape, Paint, choose Landscape. We want a beach sand type of ground. Let's pick this one right here. The next thing we are going to do is to activate the ocean mode. Go to Landscape, Ocean. Then turn it on. And here we have the ocean. As you can see, we have some other parameters here if you want more details and more control. Let's adjust the height. To do so, hold Shift and drag at the same time. Let's stop around 3 meters. You can explore with the other parameters. For the moment, I'm going to leave it like that. Let's jump to the camera view. Go to Photo. We are going to use this screen to position our camera. Right-click, hold and drag back until you reach the limit. Now click on Store Camera. Let's go back to our scene. Click on Build. Make sure to stay in this position. Now let's import our 3D model. Go to Objects, Import, Import New Model. Search the FBX file that we have saved earlier. Select it and hit Open. Hit OK. One click on the place where you want to place your 3D model. Then hit Escape on your keyboard. Go back to Photo. If you have lost your camera position, you can click again on Restore Camera. As you can see, we are far from our object. Let's move closer. As we did earlier, you can reposition the camera from the screen here, or you can use Edit Eye Level. I'm gonna place it at 7 meters. Then Store Camera again to save the changes. We want our object to be in the middle. Go back to Build. You can access from this icon here as well. We are going to use this bar right here to select, rotate, and scale. Let's rotate our object and make it parallel to the camera view. Make sure it's right in the middle. I will drag it a little bit. Select Move Horizontal. Let's go back to Camera. Click on Return to Photo Mode. Let's move it a little bit more forward. Let's try 3 meters. This looks good. Restore Camera. You can go back to Build to adjust it again. This is all for this lesson. See you in the next one on adding textures and 3D objects. In this lesson, we are going to add the textures to our 3D model, then we are going to add the flowers inside the boat. Let's start with the textures. Go back to Build. Click on Material button. Then select the object, which is the boat. Now we have this tab with different options. Go to Standard. Choose Color Map. Then choose the material from the file that we have downloaded earlier. Select it. Hit Open. Choose Normal Map. You can see it was automatically imported since it was in the same folder. If you can't see it, you can import it from the Textures folder. Now let's modify the parameters of this material. Change the color to white. Click and drag to maximum. Drag the reflectivity down to 0.5. And drag relief to maximum. Next, let's change the material of the paddle. To do so, go to the Material tab. Copy material. Select the paddle. Standard. Pass material. Save the changes. This looks good. Our next step is to fill this boat with flowers. On the Control tab, go to Object. Nature, then Place. Here we have the library of nature. Select the flowers icon. And here we have the Flowers tab. There is many models with different colors you can pick from. On the page 7, I'm gonna pick this one. The name of the flower is Sweet William Red. One click to pick and one click to place inside the model. Then press Escape. Scale it down. Select Move Horizontal to position it in the side. To make copies, select the model, hold Alt and drag. Try to fill the inside of the boat and avoid the intersections with the model. It's all about the visual. Take your time and see what works better. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit. Now we are going to add the file in leaves for more movement. On the same tab, go to Effects, Place, then click on Leaves. Let's pick this one in the middle. One click to pick, and one click to place it in the middle of our composition. Then press Escape to deactivate the place mode. Scale it down a little bit. Let's tweak the parameters. On this tab here, reduce the amount to 25. Choose type 2. Scale down the size to minimum. Change the color to match the flower's petals. Let's move it up a little bit. And rotate it so we avoid any intersections. To save the Lumion Render file, click on Quit. Then save and quit. Specify the placement and the name of your file. Then click Save. We finished this lesson. See you in the next one with importing the croissant shape into Lumion Render and applying material on it. In this lesson, we are going to import the croissant shape into Lumion Render and apply materials on it. Go to Import, Import New Model. Pick one of the croissant shapes. Hit OK. It's out of scale, but it's okay. We are going to modify it inside Lumion Render. Place it on top of the boat. Hit Escape on your keyboard to go out of the place mode. Now we are going to modify it. Select Scale. Select Object, hold and drag the mouse back. Let's move it up a little bit. Take your time with it. Next step, we are going to apply materials on it. Go to Materials. Let's zoom in a little bit. Select the croissant. Go to Standard. Change the color. I'm gonna make it yellow. You can pick any color you want. Drag the colorization to max. Drag reflectivity down. Now go to Settings, drag Immersive to somewhere around 100. Go back to Photo to adjust the scene. Let's position the croissant shape like in the picture. Go to Place, select Move Horizontal. I'm gonna place this one here. In order to make copies, make sure you are in horizontal mode. Select Object, hold Alt and drag. Rotate the shapes so they won't be oriented to the same direction. In the same way, you continue the process. Now the composition is complete. We finished this lesson. See you in the next one with creating the clip, adding effects and rendering. In this lesson, we are going to create a short clip, add effects and render it. First step, we are going to create the clip with the same camera movement. Let's go back to Photo. Make sure our scene is well centered. This is going to be the first frame in our clip. Now click on Movie button. Then hit Record. Now we can create the first frame of our video. Hit Add Camera Keyframe to save the first frame. Let's jump to the next one. Right-click on the mouse, hold and rotate to the right, just a little bit. Then hit Add Camera Keyframe again. Now if we click on Play the clip, we can see that we have a small film that connects between the two frames. Let's make a third frame. Again, right-click on the mouse, hold and rotate to the left, hit Add Camera Keyframe. For the last frame, in order to make a loop, the first frame needs to match the last one. What we are going to do is click on the first frame to get the camera in the position, then save it in the last frame. Hit Add Camera Keyframe. Let's play the full clip. This is not going to make the perfect loop, but we are going to fix it in Adobe Premiere Pro. Next, we are going to select Ease in Smooth and Ease Out Smooth, so the video won't be lagging at the start and at the end. We are going to set the time of the clip to 11 seconds. Let's play it again. Here is our clip. Click on Save Clip and go back to Movie mode. I'm going back to the scene to make the last changes. Click on Build. I'm going to adjust the ocean parameters because it's moving in the opposite direction. Go to Landscape, Ocean. For this part, the orientation of your composition can be different than mine because we have no access to work on here. These are the changes I made on the Ocean tab. You can make the changes according to the orientation of your composition. When you finish the changes, go back to Movie and let's add some effects. Select the Costume Style panel. Choose the mode Realistic. This is a standard mode. We are going to keep it simple. Let's change the direction of the sun and the shadows. In the first tab, Real Skies, change the heading to 100. Once again, these changes are going to depend on the direction of your composition, so make it accordingly. To get a preview of the effects in the final render, one click in the video clip space, Now you can see the changes. For the final retouches, we want some movement in the clip. Go back to Style panel, add Effects. Here we have another tab. Go to the Weather section, select Wind. Drag it to 0.4. Let's play the clip to see how this looks. This is good. We are going to add one more effect. Add Effect, then go to Camera. Pick Handheld Camera. Drag the shake strength into 0.7. Let's play our clip. We can see it's more dynamic and looks more natural. Before we start rendering, I'm going to add one more tip. We see here in the final clip the color of the ocean is a little bit on the green side, and this is due to the lighting with the color of the ground. In case you want to change it, go to Build, Landscape, then Edit Type on the first layer of the ground. Go to Costume and pick this image. You can find it in the description. Hit Open, then Exit. Now we can see the color of the background has changed. You can always go to Build or to your clip to make more changes. When you finish with the effects, we can start rendering. Click on Render Clip. We are going to choose the frames and the size. Pick 30 FPS Full HD. Choose where to save the video. Name it, then save it. We finished this lesson. See you in the next one with color retouching in Adobe Premiere Pro. In this lesson, we are going to use Adobe Premiere Pro to make color retouching, then export the video. Open Adobe Premiere Pro. Let's import the video that we just rendered. Double-click in the Project Manager. Select your video, hit OK. Then drag it into the Timeline Manager. Let's delete the audio first. Right-click on the mouse and link, then delete. Next, we are going to create the loop. To do so, go back to the beginning of the clip, zoom in, place the arrow on the first second. Hit C on the keyboard to grab the razor tool. And cut the clip. Zoom out. Drag that first part to the second line and place it at the end of the first clip. Select the void and hit delete to move the clip to the start. Now go back to the end of the clip and zoom in. Select the clip on top and place the arrow at the beginning. Go to Effects Control and set a keyframe in opacity. Change it to 0. Now move to the end, always with the second clip, and change the opacity to 100. Let's play it again. Hit Loop Playback first, then hit play. This is perfect. Next step, we are going to add some effects. To do so, we are going to add an adjustment layer to apply the effects on it. On the Project Manager, click on this little box, choose Adjustment Layer, hit OK. Drag it on top of both videos. Extend it till the end of the clip. Then go to Lumion Color. Go to Creative Panel and change the look to SL Clean Straight HDR. Keep the intensity at 100. Let's go back to basic correction. Change the contrast to 30. You can play with the effects and choose what works best for your clip. You can add some music if you want to. I'm going to keep it like that. When you finish, we are going to export the final clip. Go to File, Export, Media. Change the format to H.264 and the preset to high quality 1080p HD. Scroll down, select Render at maximum depth, scroll more, drag target by rad to maximum. Select Use maximum render quality. Choose the name and the placement of your video. Hit Save. Then hit Export. We came up to the end of this journey. Congratulations for completing this class. You have learned how to create a 3D composition, create an environment, adding textures and animated objects, creating a short animation clip, adding effects, rendering, and color retouching. I can't wait to see what you will be creating using different techniques from this class. When you finish your project, make sure to share it with us in the project gallery. See you next time.